Good evening and welcome to Inspired to Love. I am your host, Randell.
And I am your co host, Patrice. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Let me start out tonight by saying I hope you're somewhere nice and comfy and warm
Yes,
tonight.
yes,
With the rain that we're getting outside, this is a lovely night. I love the rain, so I'm very relaxed tonight. I'm just praying for those who may not have a roof over their head tonight, that God will provide them some type of comfort on tonight. So
yes,
tonight
yes,
we're happy
indeed.
to have you here. We're happy to just have a little conversation. We're gonna wait
Yes,
and see if anybody's coming in early, so we can
okay,
invite you in the proper way tonight.
yes,
And we're just inspired to be here tonight to talk to you
yes.
about. I don't know what my wife has in mind to talk about tonight. I kind of leaving it up to her since she was gone away for 4 days at a women's, I guess, retreat or conference,
hmm
if you will. So I'm kind of give her opportunity to tell me what how did that went.
Yes, yes, yes. So, those that are coming in, we want you to like and share. And for those that are joining on YouTube, make sure that you do subscribe. So we want to continue to push this platform, this ministry to encourage people. I did have some opportunities this weekend to explore some new things. I'm going to try to share a little bit, invite some people to come in. How was
Okay.
your day in the meantime? How was your day?
My day is a normal day. You know what I do every day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was one of those days where, we had to help some people, and that's what I do. I don't want to get into the cases,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just one of those days that we decided to try to make people feel better as they're going through whatever is some challenges they may be having, whether it's substance abuse
Mm-hmm.
or mental health. So that's what my
Yes.
company does. The company that I work for, we do. So it was just a good day.
Yes.
Um, had some good conversations with people. Wasn't a bad day, but we still had a day where some people did need some help. So that's how my day went.
So on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you label that?
I think I'm probably going to say I'm going to go with a six, probably.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mine was a 9. I had a good day. So getting back from out of town, of course, I missed you.
Is that right?
Indeed, so.
Okay, you just
I really did have a good time. So today was a day to just kind of recuperate and catch up on some things, talk to some people, and see how
okay,
everybody's doing.
okay.
So I'm just thankful to be able to have the opportunity to go and explore something new. And that's sort of what I want to talk about is the conference, and
Okay.
we can share. And those that are coming in, as you come in, put something in the chat room so that we can honor you, love on you, and greet you. This platform is set up for us to participate. So it's iron sharpens iron. When you share, when you talk, we talk back. When you have
That's
you
right.
have questions,
Hmm.
we share from our experience and our knowledge. And so please feel free to ask any and every question that you need to ask and make comments. And to the best of our ability, we will read them.
Like and share. Like and share. Go to
Yes,
our
indeed.
page and like and share.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, it's been a wonderful day.
All right. So tell me, how was your trip? Let's get right into it.
We getting ready to get into it?
Let's get into it right now.
Okay. Okay, so last Wednesday night, I had the privilege to attend a women's conference.
Okay.
And so with the women's conference, the name of the conference, the theme is called um,
Reinvigorate.
reinvigorate. I'm sorry. Reinvigorate. All right, so I want to share a little bit. I want to
Okay.
share.
Okay.
I want to
Look at
share a
the
little bit. I want to
camera.
share on my page, so I'm trying to invite some people. But this conference was good. It was a conference, and I felt like it was tailor fit for me. I did feel that way. I felt like it was tailor
Let me
made
see your
for
phone. Let me
me.
see that phone,
Thank you.
please.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
just want to share a
Or
little bit.
when they come on, we can talk to them. Right now, I
Okay,
need
here
you
we
to
go.
look into the camera
All right.
and talk to the
Click on
people.
next for me.
All
At
right.
the top. Thank you.
All right. I need you to look
All
into the
right.
camera. Talk to the
So,
people. All right.
all right. So as you come in, like and share. I'm just trying to multitask a little bit to make sure that we're on all of our pages. So we are on Randall Fisher Senior Ministries page, also on Randall Fisher page, and on my page. And so at some point we're going to try to wing everybody over
And
to
YouTube.
the ministry page and YouTube as well. We're on YouTube under Randall Fisher Senior Ministries. And so one of the things I wanted to talk about, I'm going to mention about the word reinvigorate and what that means, what that looks like.
Okay.
And so, one of the things I desired this year is to do something different. Always saying something new, step into something new, right?
Okay.
Embrace something new. And at this point in my life, I wanted to do something completely different in regards to attending a conference.
Okay.
That means go to a conference where I don't know anybody,
Okay.
go to the conference by myself without anyone,
Okay.
and discover and embrace something new that I have not embraced before at a conference. And everything that I desired, God responded well with excellence. And the word reinvigorate, it means give new energy. That's something
Okay.
that I realized as
Okay.
a woman, when you wear many hats, or it can be a man, whatever the task that you do, whatever positions you hold, you need some new energy to it.
Okay.
So, excuse me, I had to realize that I had to give new energy to my life, to help push certain goals and desires and things that I would like to do further that would benefit not only you, but the family and anybody that I come in contact with. New energy. So, reinvigorate means to to give new energy or give strength to. And so I had to realize and identify what did I need to bring new energy to? What did I need to bring strength to? What needs to be stimulated in me or energized in me?
Okay.
Because a lot of times you can give out and give out to a point where you have to make yourself a priority to be poured into. And the way you're poured into, it looks different. I always say this, but it's true. It looks different from somebody else's pour.
Okay.
And so I had to realize, what is it that I needed? How do I need to be poured into? What does that look like for me? And so I went to a completely different state. I went to Atlanta, and I attended the conference at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Georgia. And the one of the things that I loved is that I'm used to, as a preacher's kid, I've been attending women conferences for years. Most of the time, the workshops are from sun up to sundown.
Okay.
But that was not the case. And God gave us everything we needed. He even allowed us to have time to rest. So there was from Wednesday to Sunday, one event per day.
Okay.
Maybe on Friday, yeah, on Saturday, that was two events. There
Okay.
was an assembly for prayer, corporate prayer. But then after that, we had a podcast, which was the Dear Future Wifey podcast that will be coming out soon on YouTube.
How was that? I'm curious how that
Okay.
went. Yeah. What did you think about that?
Well, let me put this down. One of
Okay.
the things I loved is that this was, I've seen a lot of podcasts. We watch a lot of podcasts on YouTube,
Okay.
but to be in a real live podcast
Okay.
in a completely different area that you follow, it was a great experience. I got a chance to meet other women. Um, it just seeing the setup. Let's just say
Okay.
that, right?
Okay.
Gave you so many wonderful ideas
Hmm.
on how to present a podcast and make it comfortable, make the setting comfortable for people to be
Okay.
able to share and interact. The anticipation for the podcast to start, it was on a 10. Everybody was excited. Everybody was happy to be a part of something fresh and new.
Okay.
And so the people that were interviewed were Dr. Jamal Bryant and his fiance, Dr. Carrie Turner. And so that podcast was interviewed, of course, by
Hmm.
dear future wifey producer, which is Latera's. And they just talked about how they came together, how they met, and where they're going from here. And some of the not so much serious churchy moments, but just them as people,
Okay.
individuals. I thought it was a beautiful thing and it was exciting, and I just took notes.
So what did you get from the podcast? I guess that's what I'm asking. What did you walk away with after the podcast was over? Podcast was over. Excuse me.
For me, it taught me again. I took notes and details about the setting, how to present a podcast,
Okay.
the questions that you can ask, and then also to make sure that you give great content to those that are going to
Okay.
be interviewed. And so love was in the air.
Okay.
So because I love, I enjoyed seeing the vibe. I enjoyed seeing that vibe.
Okay. So I'm still trying to get you to tell me what you got
What I
out of
got out of it,
what you got
I
from
enjoyed
her.
again. I enjoyed um, as them as a couple,
Okay.
how they learned about each other, and how individually they were able to come together, and although they are not exactly alike, they knew how to work together
Okay.
and build.
Okay.
And it wasn't something forced, it was just something natural
Okay.
that happened, but it was God.
Okay.
No
Okay.
big epiphany, just gleaning and feeling and applauding their love,
Okay.
for because it's their time.
So what did you think about some of the questions that were asked in
So
the
I love the questions that they were asked. I thought that the questions were pretty basic,
if you
because the
notice, I'm
question,
interviewing my wife
I'm
tonight,
sorry.
so go ahead. Go ahead. I just want the
One,
audience to know I'm interviewing you.
oh,
Go ahead.
okay. So one of the questions is how they met.
Okay.
um, what is it about them that allowed them to discover that they were going to spend forever and a day here on earth together.
Okay.
The Lord will be willing. And how the church felt about them coming together as a couple, because they work in ministry together.
Okay.
How does that look?
Mm-hmm.
How do they feel about coming together and dating? And sometimes
Right.
when you're dating, the things that you have to deal with, being prominent people, the things that you have to deal with regarding social media, how that looks, and how they had to
Okay.
brace themselves for that.
Okay.
The untruth, things that
Okay.
are not true.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it takes courage and strength in the positions that they hold, to be able to still come together no matter what. And they see to each other's needs. They make sure that they honor and respect one another.
Okay.
Um, it was just a blessing to be able to see that
Okay.
the reward God can give you for being faithful. Same thing here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how so? How's the same thing here?
For being faithful to God, doing what we're supposed to do as a people. And I'll just say, for me as a woman,
Okay.
honoring God with whatever He gives me to do, to the best of my
All
ability,
right.
to make sure I serve. And when you serve, you do get rewarded.
Okay.
And that's what I saw. God knows what you need, when you need it, and how you need it. And
Okay.
sometimes it doesn't come always wrapped in the package that you desire it. Not that God won't give you your desire,
Okay.
but He'll make sure that He compliments you in that desire.
Okay. So meeting Dr. Carey, because she has a personality that we
Hmm.
see
Hmm.
on social media. For those who may not know her,
Okay.
what did you get from her as a woman is concerned? What was your take
Oh,
on her
yeah.
as a woman is concerned?
So I loved her. I loved her creativity,
Okay.
and she's very artsy, if I may say. When I say
Okay.
that, she owns who she is. She loves what she wears. She loves colors, so her spirit represents her colors represent her inner man, her
Okay.
spirit. And she's very kind.
Okay.
And I realized she was easy to
Talk to.
talk to be
Okay.
around. And I love the fact that she was focused on, no matter what, I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to accomplish what God called me to accomplish, and I'm not going to try to prove myself to anyone. I'm just going to do and be me and God.
Okay.
And
I- yeah.
she's
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love the fact that she was
Yeah.
very caring. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. I, because I'm going back to what you were saying about
Hmm.
reinvigorate, and reinvigorate meaning something new, and how you said that they both were talking about they were married before, so
Yes.
now they have to come together,
Hmm.
and they got to do something new as far as being a couple,
Yeah.
a new couple,
Yes.
right? So that's why I was kind of trying to see
Hmm.
how are they going about approaching being a new couple, because when we're talking about reinvigorate, you're talking
Okay.
about something new,
Hmm.
and that's why I wanted to get from you.
Okay. So one of the things that was said on the male part,
Mm,
Dr. Jamal Bryant said that
okay.
he would honor his home first and not ministry first.
Okay, that's come speaking from his perspective,
His
a
perspective.
pastor's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that to be actually what we should be doing, what we should have been
Yes.
doing. But a lot of people have suffered because a pastor
Mm-hmm.
or somebody that's a workaholic, not just a
Yes, sir.
pastor, somebody's a workaholic has
Absolutely.
put their job before their family,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow they've suffered because of that. Some kids
Yes.
have suffered because they say their parent wasn't ever home or their parent didn't pay attention to them. So it makes sense to hear what new sounds like,
Yes.
right? For everyday people, not just for social media people or for lack of choice for a better word, celebrity people, but for just regular people, what is something new looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you change from something old into something new? What do you think? What do you think how that can go?
So one of the things his response was is that he
Mhm.
considered her. He
Okay,
didn't just make up his mind to go wherever he wanted to go. When
consideration.
he considered.
Consideration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Consideration is, and with everything that you do, see, reinvigorate also means a commitment,
Okay,
right?
that's
It means a
good.
new commitment. I
Mm-hmm.
studied it myself, so
Okay.
that it also means in a commitment,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the thing is, if we're going to do something new, we have to have a new commitment for it,
Yes.
right? It can't be an old commitment
Yes.
because the old commitment might not work for what it is that we're trying to do new now,
That's true.
right? Even the
Mm-hmm.
way we parent, right? No
Mm-hmm.
matter how old
That's
our
true.
children are, we can't just parent them like they were 10.
That's
We have
true.
to parent them at the age that they are now,
Yes.
even with the love and compassion, but we still have to parent them from something new. I learned
Mm-hmm.
that from dealing with my boys is I I think I didn't allow it to be father man. I
Okay.
just wanted to be father child.
Mm-hmm.
So I made some mistakes in that area because I wanted it to be father child,
Okay.
but they're actually grown men.
Right.
They're actually young men.
Okay.
So therefore, I had to work with them as far as their manhood, and they had to work with me as father and manhood,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And we had to now get on that level where we can respect each other in our prospective places.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important when we're starting something new, is to be able to respect the commitment that you need to do something new. And I think a lot of times we go into something new and we don't really respect it. We just think
Mm.
it's kind of an automatic thing because we're saying we're new and we're doing it.
Okay. And we
Yeah.
expect everybody just to get on board
Everybody get on board
automatically.
with us
That's good.
and say, oh yeah, they said it. It's just like being coming from substance abuse, right?
Okay.
Just because I'm starting to get clean doesn't mean everybody's going to trust me,
That's true. That's good.
right?
That's good.
Just because I'm in January, I'll be clean and sober 20 years doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean that people don't have some past thoughts about me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Even though I'm entering into a new phase where I'm no longer under substance abuse, where I'm no longer doing the things that I used to do, doesn't mean that people is going to automatically
Accept your change.
accept your change.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that saying? That saying is that when you decide to do something new, you have to be the one to be committed to the new
Yes.
first
Yes.
before anybody else.
Yes. Be committed to the new. That's
Be
good.
committed to be committed
I
to the
like
new.
that.
You see what I'm saying? So what's happening now is so much is going on in the world right now that
Mm-hmm.
um it's hard
That's
for people
good.
to committed to the new because so much past stuff is coming up. So many past things are coming up.
Okay.
So many people are being accused for their past or judged for their past. So it's kind of hard for you to get to that new. So how do you think we can maintain the commitment of doing something new?
It's going to require you to put your heart into it because along with creating something new, excuse me, whether
Hmm.
it's a new idea, you know, whatever that may be, that
Hmm.
represents new,
Okay.
represents change, which means you're going to have to go into a new direction.
Okay.
So that's going to require all of you. That's going to require your heart and your mind. That's going to require you to change your way of thinking. It's going to cause you to kind of let go of some things that could have been a hindrance before.
Okay.
It's going to require change.
Okay.
Hmm.
And change is either you're going to change for the better, or you're just going to not change at all,
Hmm.
right?
That requires discipline, and you
Okay.
do have to be attentive to how you change and what that requires. How it's going to require work,
Okay.
and you got to. It's like you have to really pay more attention to that change because if you don't watch it, you could easily revert back to old ways of thinking, right? Old ways of doing things. But the new requires transformation.
I like what you're saying. Even with me, with my weight loss journey, right,
Okay,
and the
that's good.
medicine I'm using, to help me with my weight loss and
Hmm.
deal with the diabetes that I have, deal with that.
Hmm.
I find myself, if I don't take the medication, I find myself eating like I was before.
Okay.
Snacking and having sweets and so
Hmm.
forth. So for a minute there, my mind was focused on the change as
Hmm.
far as what I was doing.
Okay.
But I think I got complacent with the change was automatically taking place
Ah, okay.
without
Got you.
without my commitment.
Without your commitment.
You,
Okay.
you, you see what I'm saying? Like I could just wake up and it'd be what it is, and nothing happens. And I'm finding out, no, I got to stay committed to this thing because, like they said, a lot of people, it'll come back.
Hmm.
It'll come back. Your weight will come back if you're not careful.
That's true.
So you have to be committed to the fact that, hey, I got to keep on um, taking my medication. I got to
Yes.
keep on monitoring what I eat. You
Yes.
know what I mean? I got to keep on having some type of discipline on what it is that I'm doing.
That's
So I
exactly what I
have
was
to.
saying.
It's almost like you got to reinvigorate yourself every day.
That's what I wanted to say. To be honest,
Okay,
it's a constant work every day.
constant work,
Mm.
constant work, constant work. You
Hmm.
can't get complacent
Oh,
in your
that's so good.
change.
Oh, somebody put that in the chat room.
You
You
can't get
cannot.
complacent in your change.
That's good.
Do we have anybody
We do
that we want
have
to talk
some.
to? Anybody tonight?
Oh, yes. So, Pastor Marshall, bless you. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you for
us.
joining, Pastor Marshall.
Avery, Tristan, and Marcy, and
Okay.
Pudding. So, Pastor Marshall says this. That's right, Prophet. The new requires us to understand that it's our change, even if others don't honor your change. Sometimes the commitment is a steadfast, singular work. I love it. You all get in the chat room. We're going to
Yes,
read
it's
your
a
comments.
singular,
This is good.
it's a singular work. And
Hmm.
it's see, and I like what he just said because I'm going to take it here.
Okay.
There's really nobody else's responsibility for your change,
That's good.
right?
Yes, sir. Come
Right.
on.
And what happens is, even in spouses, right, and married couples, sometimes we want them to be responsible for our change.
Oh, my God. That's good. You can go there.
Honey, don't fix me no rice. Honey,
Hmm.
don't do this. Honey, don't do that. But
Hmm.
what if you want rice tonight?
Oh, that's good.
You see what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Right. I can't always expect you to deny yourself so I can have my change.
Right. So yeah, you watch the foods that you
I
eat.
need to watch what I eat.
But what if I'm not there yet?
Right. Or you don't, or that's not your journey.
Or that's not my journey.
I can expect you
Good,
sometimes.
good, good,
I can
good.
expect you sometimes. Say, well, I'm not going to fix no rice because I know how much my husband likes rice. So
Mhm.
I'm not going to do that because I don't want him to stumble.
Mhm.
Right. Be careful.
That's
Don't want him to
good.
stumble. But however, do I have to go every day now without eating something just so he can be
Excellent.
changed?
That's so good.
Right.
That's good.
And I think sometimes we put that on people
We do.
when the responsibility is our change.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's up to us.
The responsibility is our
Now we can have
for
some help.
us.
We want some help.
Sure, you want support.
You want
Absolutely.
support in your changing,
You do. We do.
but we can't make somebody support us so much that we're hurting them in the
Oh
process
my
of
God.
my change.
Oh my God. That's so good. Can you say
See,
that again?
we can't have somebody help us so much that we're hurting them in our process.
Because you don't want to blame somebody if something go wrong and say, "Well, you were supposed to help me with that."
Right.
No, you're supposed to be responsible to help yourself. I, in addition, support that, but I'm not responsible for your change.
No, you're not
I
responsible for the
support it.
change, but you support it.
I
And you're
support it,
not supposed to do anything to kind of bring me down
and
or
that's
cause
good.
me. But however,
Hmm.
if you're not there with me, right,
Mm.
I have to give you opportunity to be where you need to be for your change. See, so my
Ah,
change could be rice, your change could be
ice
something else.
cream.
Ice cream,
Let's
yes,
go there.
ice
That's
cream.
my favorite.
See, now I
Pizza,
don't eat ice cream like you eat it,
sweets.
right?
No, you don't.
I don't, right?
Right,
However, when you bring it in, I don't tell you don't bring that ice cream in here.
right.
Every now and then I'll say, Teresa, you look like you're eating a lot of ice cream, but I won't say don't bring it in the house.
No, you don't say
You
that.
you,
You
you
never
understand?
have.
You understand what I'm saying?
You just remind me, okay, now you're supposed to be disciplining yourself.
Right,
Don't go overboard.
right, and that's the balance that you have to have.
And I can't get offended when you say that. That's another
Right,
thing I'm
right.
still learning. I can't get offended if you're looking out for my health and I may not be at that moment.
But I don't do it
Right.
all the time.
No, you do
Yeah,
not.
you see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Like a
Sometimes
nasty
I
way.
just
Right.
let you eat. Go ahead.
Right.
And I'll
That's
come
true.
back and you say I ate the pint, and I'll be like, you okay? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
However, I'm giving you the opportunity to make that change,
I love it.
right?
Yeah.
But I'm helping you
This is
because I'm
good.
just putting it on your mind that hey, maybe you want to slack up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
And you do it's like sometimes you go to the store and you won't buy no packets of rice. And I'll be
Right.
uptight
Right.
because rice is my weakness, y'all. I guess a lot of diabetics can tell you that starch is your weakness, right? Not so much sugar, but starch is your
Hmm.
weakness. Potatoes, rice, French fries, all of those things that your bread, all that things that
All the
that
things.
put weight on you as well that raises your sugar level up.
True.
However, there's times that she'll go shopping and she won't bring no packets of rice in the house. And I know we try to do shopping every couple of weeks if we can, to get the next that we need. But then she might go and don't bring no rice in at all. So I'm already in my mind saying, there's 2 weeks that I don't have no rice to eat.
Mm.
Right? So that's how
Yes.
that's how you helping me change. And then there's times I say, well, I'm going to get it. I'm going
Yeah.
to get me a pack of rice tonight.
Right. You ignore that
Yeah, I know
that
that.
little friendly
That
voice.
friendly voice. What we got in here.
So
We're
one of the
talking
things I
about
want.
change tonight. You're reinvigorating yourself is what we're talking about.
So one of the things I wrote some notes to,
Okay.
and we discussed it a little bit, but I want to elaborate
Okay.
as we already have on some things.
Okay.
Give yourself the permission to discover something new, to change. Give
Okay.
yourself permission to do that, which means come out of your comfort zone. And I think
Yeah.
Pastor Marshall said something about coming out of your comfort zone.
Okay.
One of his chats is about uh, not being so comfortable with life as it is or with you as you are. If there's room for improvement, why not discover something new? And the one thing I learned about this trip is that I had I didn't wait on nobody to affirm this trip. I didn't wait on nobody to affirm the fact that I needed to do something new. I made the decision. I saw within my life as a person, as a woman, that I needed to discover something new. And you agreed and supported it. You supported that change. And it wasn't about making so many big announcements. Now, I was super excited about going to a place and being traveling by myself. But I've always done job details, but this was different.
Well,
And you've came with me on job details
right,
for about a
right,
week if I
right,
stayed for three
right,
weeks.
right,
But what was different is that I didn't know anybody.
right.
And I was standing at a place where I didn't know anyone. I was in an area where I didn't, again, I didn't know anyone. I traveled by myself and I had to trust God on that journey. That requires faith because a lot of times people are used to going through a process with support.
Okay.
As long as you gave me the green light, and as a matter of fact, you set it up for me because I shared my desire and you made it happen, and you were committed to this new thing with
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
You were committed to make sure that I enjoyed the journey of something new because you knew that it was going to come back and do something for me. And for me traveling by myself and going to a place where I had to discover some
Mm-hmm.
things while I was staying there, I found it exciting. It gave me energy and a drive to embrace whatever it is that I need to tap into or discover. It did something for my creativity.
Okay.
Now I did relax and unwind while attending different events. I did things.
Okay.
I really did the theme.
Okay.
Your attire was a little spiffy. It was a
Okay.
derby attire, and I didn't want to put on the hat, but the confidence was it's me. It's not about the hat. It's me
Mm-hmm.
and how I present myself in that attire. And I knew that I was supposed to be there. It's something about being in a room and knowing that you're supposed to be there. Now I have been in rooms where I felt like, why am I here?
Mm-hmm.
Should I have come to this? Should I
I
be
understand
here?
that. Right.
I had no doubt the entire time
Mm-hmm.
from day one when you said the plans have been taken care of. Just be ready by this time, and you'll take me to the airport. I knew I was supposed to go, and I went by faith. Even staying in a place that felt like home and resembled home, it brought a sense of peace. God was in every step of this journey, this experience. He was in
Mm.
every step. Even when I was unwinding, there were times where I had no TV, no radio, no social media, just me and God sitting out on the balcony, um, watching the sun go down, sitting out at night on the balcony, relaxing, um, talking to people and let's see, initiating conversations where in the past I would have been the quiet one in the room.
Right. Right. I like what you're saying.
Good.
I like what you're saying because for me, I think that this is important. When you want somebody, when you got your best intentions for somebody, it can't be because you want to benefit yourself. So,
Yes.
so
Oh, that's
me,
good.
saying, "Hey, I want to help you go to this trip," I never thought about what I could get out of it.
Mm, mm, mm.
See, and a lot of
Ooh,
times,
wait. That's good, sir.
people's change doesn't come the way we wanted to come because we're looking to get something out of it, right? And we're not really looking for the change for the better of the
Mm.
person.
Don't make it about you.
Don't make it about you. See, I didn't make it about me. I was like, okay, here, just
You
do what you
didn't.
do. Blah, blah, blah. I'll see you when you get back. I never had no expectations of how you would be when you come back, what would happen when you left.
That's
That's
so
why that's
good.
why I'm interviewing you tonight because
Okay.
I wanted to hear your experience. I never went with a preconceived notion of how you should be when
Mm-hmm.
you return,
That's so good.
right?
I love you for that.
And thank you. I love you back for going. And the thing is, I think that once we decide to stop trying to make people change to benefit us,
That's so good. I
you see
love
what I'm
this
saying? I
tonight.
want you to I want you to change in ways that's going to benefit you. You see what I'm saying?
One of the things that I had to take a deep breath
Okay.
and push past fear.
Okay.
The fear of the unknown, the
Hmm.
fear of the fact that my husband was not with me on this trip, the fear of not knowing anybody, and I'm going to have to get around
Yeah.
and be around people that I have no clue about them.
Right.
And my confidence, I did things that I would never do when we are out of town. I got
Hmm.
on the subway
Yeah. I'm
and went
surprised at
for a
that one.
ride.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed touring different places by myself.
Yeah.
I enjoyed simple things, going to the grocery store, 10-minute walk, and
And
seeing people and meeting people, and even using Uber or Lyft,
right.
meeting those young women that are on their grind to make sure that they take care of their home. And they were open to talk and share. And so much ministry exploded while I was there. From Wednesday until Sunday evening, ministry
You mean until you saw
unfolded.
me Sunday evening?
Yes,
God was looking pretty smooth when you saw me
you
Sunday.
were, and you
Oh,
smelled good too.
oh, thank you. I meant to do that on purpose.
So
But
much ministry.
so here's the thing,
I
right?
was wide open in
What
ministry
are we talking
for
about tonight? Reinvigorate, right? Reinvigorate,
Yes.
doing something new. But it's something that you said that I liked in this. You said that faith.
Yes.
You had to have faith. To
Yes.
start something new, you have to have faith.
Yes.
To reinvigorate yourself, to re-energize yourself, that's what that means as well.
Mhm.
You have to have faith to be able to do that. See, it's easy for us to come home and sit on the couch after a hard day at work
Mm.
and just be like, oh, that's it.
Oh, that's so
You
good,
know,
man.
I don't have no new ideas. I'm just gonna wait till in the morning until I wake up and I gotta go
Mm.
do it again. No, I want to come. I want to relax, and I want to think of something new that I can do. Right? A lot of us, me and Pastor Marsh have talked
So
about
good.
coming up with some ideas where we don't have to have this grind no more, this particular grind.
Yes, sir.
Right? But if I'm coming home and I'm just focusing on, oh God, I got to go to this job tomorrow.
Mhm.
Oh God, I got to come home and I got to hear my wife. Oh God, if you focus on all that, you will never reinvigorate yourself. You'll never be re-energized because you'll let all of that hold you down, hold your creativity down. So that's why I felt like you needed to, you needed to get away. You understand what I'm saying? Even if it's get away from me, not in a bad way, just have a break.
And you know what? I want to touch on that, but I want to.
Okay.
I also want to throw in one more thing that
Okay.
I reinvigorated in my witnessing differently. There was
Okay.
something new,
Okay.
even the way I witnessed to people.
Okay.
There was a fresh way of witnessing and communicating with people that I had not tapped into before. And sometimes because of fear of thinking of what the person might think, now you can
Okay.
flow in that easily. I think because you do because of your career, right?
Okay.
And for me, I had to do something new and be open. Once I was open and position my
Woo!
heart
You got to
not
be
to be,
open to change.
I
You got
had
to be
to
open
be
to being
open
renovated,
and
right?
not
Oh wow.
not
Yes.
preconceive what
Right.
I think would happen.
Right.
I
Right.
just had to get in the setting and let something happen.
Or
If
set your
that
mind to this is how I'm going to be, regardless of where
yes,
I'm not going to be open to any
yes,
new thing. I'm going
yes,
to be this way. I'm going to be.
yes.
I'm going to
Yes.
stay in my comfort zone. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to go on this trip. I'm going to just listen to what they say. I'm going to get back on the plane. I'm going to come on back home, which would have been a waste of
Right. I
trip.
didn't do that. I was
Right.
open for God to make anything happen through me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that blessed me because I tapped into another part of me that was new. It was
When
there
I,
all the time. I just
yeah.
needed to trust it.
Well, it's you've shown signs of it, but I just
Yes.
think that this enhanced your faith.
Yes, it did. It
You,
did.
you, you see what I'm saying of what who you are and what you have.
And you know what? And I think it was so good that you your level of trust and respect as my husband to allow me
Uh,
to be able to go on that trip for 4 days because it was from Wednesday to Sunday, 4 or 5 days. And you didn't put in, like you said, you didn't put any pressure on expectations. You just let me go. And I think that as in couples relationships and marriages, husband and wives, we got to trust and know when your person, Lord have mercy, when your person needs time for themselves.
and that's why you can't let other people.
Oh my
This is for
God.
I don't know who this is for. I'm going to say it. You can't let other people come in and tell you how to do your marriage.
Yes. Yes.
You see what I'm saying? You can't people because people can see one thing and assume that this is what's going on.
This is so good.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or and then they make a idea about what they see, but they don't really know what's going on.
And
They don't know that you and I both know what each other need,
yes.
right?
You got to know what your partner
But they
needs.
might not see it at that moment.
Right.
So because they don't see it at that moment, they're going to assume that there's something going on here, or he's not giving her what she needs, or she's not giving him what you need. You don't know,
It had nothing to do with you, but
right?
everything it had everything to do with me.
Right. So people, mind your business.
That's
Stay out of married folks' business and focus on your business.
yeah, that's
You,
scripture.
you know, I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you said. Stay out of married folks' business and stay out of people's relationship
Mm-hmm.
business,
Mm-hmm.
unless they come to you from some type of
Yes.
support. Yes, we
Yes.
can help each other out, but make sure it's invited.
Make sure it's invited. You're invited to that
I mean,
space
you're invited into
and
that
not
space.
unsolicited to do that.
Mm, we got
So let me see.
what we got going on over there. We reach out to some folks here as we get ready.
Pastor Marshall says the two are one, not the group. Yeah,
Wow.
and I love the fact because I support you in that
Right.
same manner.
Right.
I cheer you on to do that. To do that, why? Because it's not about me. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you. And I believe couples should have that opportunity to go and invest in themselves, spend time with themselves to reinvigorate, get a new energy, get a new strength. That takes time for you to be by yourself, and sometimes it requires for you to be away, and that's a reward. Now, back in the old days, older people would be shocked if you found out, oh, you're going by yourself. What's wrong?
Right.
There's something wrong in the marriage. No, there's something right because I want to make that investment and I'm supporting that investment
Exactly.
because I love you.
Right.
And that's going to bring out the best. That's going to be a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
That's always going to be a benefit when you touch and agree on what each other needs are.
So what's our point
That's
for
so
tonight?
good.
As we're getting close, it's 7:40 already.
This is
Wow,
good. I
went
love
by
it.
pretty fast. We started about 2 minutes behind, I believe.
I love it.
However, to reinvigorate yourself, to re-energize yourself, it takes faith.
Yes, it does.
It
Yes.
takes having people in your circle that care enough about you to invest
Yes.
in you. See, a
Yes.
lot of times what we're doing, people are comfortable letting you stay where you're at.
I
If
love it.
you're around somebody and they're comfortable letting you stay where you're at, you might need to check your group out.
Ooh, that's
If your group is
good.
not trying to
That's hot.
push you to the
That's
next
hot.
level, if they're not trying to bring out what they know you desire, also what they believe that they see is some potential for you, because potential means that you're not
Yes.
doing what you're supposed to be doing,
Ooh.
right? So you need to be around those kind of people that's gonna push you to that next level, not
Yes.
just
That's good,
settle
babe.
because they want to settle.
That's good, babe. That's so good.
You see what I'm saying? They're comfortable where they're at. So somebody comfortable where they're at is not going to put into you to make you try to make you go to another level
Mm.
because they're comfortable,
I love it.
right?
I love
They're
it.
comfortable and their focus is about them
Mm.
at the end of the day.
And if you're comfortable, that shouldn't that that should not be uh, a hindrance to someone
So if
else
I'm
that wants to
comfortable,
grow.
right, if I'm comfortable just sitting on the couch,
That's
right?
good.
If I'm comfortable sitting on the couch,
hmm
I shouldn't make you want to just sit on the couch, though.
Right.
If
Right.
I see you moving around and you saying you want to do this, you want to do that, then I should be helping you get to that point
Yes.
until I'm able to get uncomfortable on this couch,
Yes.
right? I've decided I want people in my life that's going to push me to the next level,
I love it.
not going to just let me stay stagnant because it's comfortable for them.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Or they only want to confront you when they want to correct you about something.
That's good. That's true
See,
too.
if you're going to be in my circle, I want both sides of it. I want you to be able to correct me, but I want you to be able to encourage me at the same time. And I
Absolutely.
want to be able to do that for people as well.
That's so good.
I want to be able to correct and encourage at the same time.
That's the covenant.
That is the covenant, right?
Hmm.
Right. But so many people are used to in relationships. I got mine. I'm not caring about them.
That's good.
You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm making 50 hours. They still making 40. I'm not gonna tell them how to make 50.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm gonna just continue to make my 50 and watch them make their 40. Instead of saying, hey, you know what? All you gotta do is work an extra hour a day, maybe 2 hours a
You're right.
day, and you can get 50 hours too. And then that means you can get 10 hours of overtime. That means at the end of the week, you can have 20 hours of overtime. All you gotta do is work a couple of extra
I
hours.
love it. I love it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
Instead of
sir.
me getting all the overtime and never saying, yo, man, why don't you try? So my job will tell you right now, I do
I
that all
love
the
it.
time.
I love it.
You know, and that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help each other,
That's right.
right?
That's right. That's right. I love it.
So they can't come back and say, well, why are you getting all the overtime? Well, I'm putting in the work,
Mm.
right?
Yes, sir.
So if I know how to put in the work, then I need to let somebody else know how to put in the work.
That's right. Why? Because I am my brother's keeper.
I am my brother's keeper. And if I'm going to help reinvigorate myself and you, then I need to be giving off that positive energy.
Positive energy. That's what we talked about too.
Positive energy. And I was telling
Yep.
Pastor Marshall, I said, I no longer want, I don't want no negative energy. Like, I
Hmm.
don't want nobody around me that's negative, that study feed negative energy.
No, you're right.
If that's what you want to do, then there's people for that.
There's people for
And I
that.
may have been that person myself
I was that person
that had
too.
a lot of negative energy.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So my way of giving back now is
Hmm.
not allowing that to be me anymore
Yeah.
and not allowing that to come into my space.
Oh, that's so good. Take charge of your energy.
So when you're going to
Woo.
reinvigorate yourself, you got to make the change that's going to work for you,
It's gonna work
not
for
what
you.
somebody else thinks you should be doing, but what's going to work for
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yes, we can
Yes,
have
sir.
some input, but we don't have the final output, as I say,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
I
if
love
we're
it.
going to help people reinvigorate themselves, encourage themselves,
Hmm.
we can't make it about us.
Ooh, can I plug one more
Of course
thing?
you can.
We're getting
Of
ready to
course you
go.
can. Of
You
course
didn't
you
even
can.
tell me how to spend my time.
No,
You didn't even tell me how. I think you should do this. I think you should do that. You just left it. No suggestions. This is on you, Trees. You're gonna figure this out.
because it has to come to the time where it's on the person.
Yes, sir.
It's got to come to that point where it's on the person.
And there's some things where I wrote down as a little
Yeah,
schedule, but then there's some things I just let it flow.
let it flow.
Whatever I felt like doing, that's what I felt like doing.
Because I may have suggested something to you that you didn't come to feel like doing,
Right.
but you would only done it because I suggested it.
Right. That's so
And you
good.
would have felt obligated to me because I made sure that the trip was taken care of. So well,
Ooh.
since he made sure the trip was taken care of, let me do what he asked me to do. That's not how it should be.
Yes. I already knew I was going to bring you something back.
Right, I got
And I
that.
enjoyed that.
I
And
got that.
actually, I didn't even purchase anything for myself because it wasn't about, at that moment, it wasn't about me. It was about you because I wanted to say thank you. That was my
And
way
I
of saying
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
And I appreciate it.
And
I
it
love
felt
you for
good
that.
too.
See?
Because most of the time,
So
when
it
I go,
worked for me. At the end of the day, it worked for me anyway.
most of the time when I go places and travel, I bring
Yeah.
back some shoes or a purse
Yes.
or something to say I've been there.
Yeah.
But
So,
what you did was enough because that was enough for me to say I've been there.
but see, the example is if we love, see, here's the thing, if we loving on each other so much, right? The
Yes.
example is I was at the church, I bought a bracelet for you that you
Right.
have on your arm.
Yes,
It
you
didn't
did.
matter that I invested in you going away. I bought a bracelet for you,
You did.
right? Because I said, well, my wife would like that. You see what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
this, if this is how we start treating each other, I'm not saying we've always done it that way,
Right.
right? I don't want anybody listening thinking, oh, we've always done it that way. No, we've had our
Right.
challenges,
That's a growing
right? But I'm
process.
trying to grow now to be a better person,
Yes, sir.
to understand you more.
Yes. And I,
Hopefully, you understand me more.
yes.
You understand what I'm saying, and not be so sensitive,
Mm-hmm. Both of us.
yeah,
Yeah.
or about what I want.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? As far as you and
Yes.
I are concerned,
Yes.
right? The rest of the world, I'm trying to work on what I desire. However, when it comes to me and you, I can't make it be so sensitive about what I want or my disappointment
Because of your growing process
because of the growing
that
process.
requires all of you.
So as we get,
And I support
yeah,
you. And vice versa.
exactly,
Me too.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So while we get ready to close out
I
tonight, I
love
don't know,
you.
is there any other comment we want to catch before we close?
Oh my God.
Anything?
Minister Hicks said, yes, that's good. Pastor Marshall said, help somebody. I'm trying to see if any more
Any more
comments before we
comments?
close. This
Because we're
was
getting ready to
so
close out
good.
here.
Thank you all for joining us. Lord, this was awesome. Ivory, hey, love you. Everybody that's been on, like and
Ivory,
share.
I saw your
Gloria.
post today. We're praying for your son as well. We're praying for you. We're
Amen.
always praying for you. Never think
Yes.
your church family is not praying for you. It don't always have to be the pastor that's praying for you, which he's a praying man. You know he's always praying for you. But
Yes.
other members of the church other leaders are praying for you as
Absolutely.
well.
Absolutely.
So we're joining in solidarity with the pastor to pray for you as well.
Yes.
Anything else?
Loria, thank you for joining us. Remember to
Does
like
Dr.
and
Loria?
share. Yes. And I
Good
want
evening, Dr. Loria. Thank you so much for helping us out. You know what you did for us. So you
to
moved us right along. I appreciate it.
always does. See, because
Hmm.
she cares.
She cares. She does care.
She cares about our advancement
Yes, she
in the
does.
kingdom. Yeah,
Hmm.
she does. And she still suggests things. She helps me to suggest things that would
Hmm.
enhance us. And I am going
Yeah.
to do it,
Yeah.
Lauren. She knows what it is.
Okay.
So the scripture I wanted to close out with, baby,
Okay.
is Isaiah 43 and
Okay.
19. I thought this would be fitting for
Okay.
our discussion about doing something new. Says this, you all, Isaiah 43 and 19, behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Now. I want my new to spring forth now.
Okay.
Shall you not know it? We got to identify with what we want to be new in our lives. Recognize it when the new comes, too, right?
Hmm.
I will even make a way in the wilderness. God always makes a way out of no way, and rivers in the desert.
So what is it saying? The first word right there just set us off right here. It's saying behold. It's saying
Look, pay
look,
attention.
pay attention. See, I'm doing a new thing.
Catch this.
Catch this, right? Catch this. I'm doing a new thing
Uh-huh.
in you,
Yes,
right?
that's the way I feel.
And that's it.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? We don't even have to ask God what the new thing is.
Right. Just tell God thank you in advance
Thank you
and
for doing the
receive
new
it,
thing.
and He'll unfold it
Oh
as the
wow,
days go by.
days go by.
But you got to thank Him in
You
advance.
got to thank Him in
Yeah,
advance.
because we'll prophesy and say it easily out of our mouth, but then you have to thank Him for doing it
Yes,
already. Tell Him,
yes,
thank you, I receive it. I don't
right.
know all of what it may come with or what it may unfold to look like, but I trust you for the unfolding, for the revealing of something new.
You know what helps me, and I know you've been working on the steady,
Oh my God,
steady government
that's good.
for over 36 years now.
Mhm.
And me, my jobs have been chopped up a little bit, so it's been a little bit more. I'm not gonna say more difficult because going to work is going to work. But you
Absolutely.
know what helps me when I go to
Okay.
work and I come home.
Okay.
I always think, God, you're going to do something new.
Yes. Oh wow, that's so good,
That's it's
honey.
not gonna always be like this.
That's so good.
And that's the only thing that keeps me. Now, since some days I'm like, okay, God, I wish you come on, because you're moving a little slow.
Always.
However,
Hmm. You're always
um,
expecting something
but I'm
better,
always expecting something better.
something greater.
People don't even
That's
understand. When
true.
I go to the mail, even they don't do checks really no more. When I go to the mailbox, I'm looking for a check in the mail.
Hmm. Your
My
expectation.
expectation is a check is in the mail,
Hmm.
and not a little one,
I get it,
not a little one.
because you don't want to remain comfortable with where you are when God has promised you
More
all the things
abundance.
more.
How many
Yeah.
times have I told you a check? I thought a check was in the mail, and I go and I come upstairs and I said, "Babe, we got a check for this, a check for that."
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So why can't that be $1 million check, $2 million check from somewhere? Well,
God can
see,
do it.
yeah, he can do it.
He
All
can
right,
do it.
so we can keep on going. We're gonna get you guys
Yes,
out of
sir.
here.
Good.
Thank you. So the object of tonight
Good.
is
Hmm.
don't be fearful about something new.
Yes, sir.
Don't be fearful about saying what you want new in your life.
Yes, sir.
Only you can say what you want new. Other people can't say it for you.
Hmm.
Nobody can do it for you.
Nobody can
You
do it
have
for
to
you.
make up in your mind that I want something new. And I'm not even saying better.
That's
I'm
good.
just saying new,
No.
right?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And it's got to be more than a new car, new house.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
Those
sir.
things are okay.
Yes, sir.
Those things are fine. But I want to have a new way of God you using me.
Yeah, a new way in God.
A new way in God. Thank you.
Yes. Yes,
A new
sir.
way in God
Outstanding. I
for
love it.
those who are believers
Yes,
tonight.
sir.
Someone, let's pray us out, sis.
Ooh, God, we thank you. Thank you all for joining us on
Yes.
tonight. Remember, next
Yes.
Tuesday we will be on at 7 p.m. Listen, like, and share. Go on YouTube and subscribe. Hit that little bell. And
Yeah.
remember, just push this because we are here to inspire other people. Why? Because God has
Inspired
inspired
us.
us. And that's why
Yes.
we do this. And we're committed to it. And we're
Yeah.
always discovering something new when we've told God yes, and we show up on this platform and this
That's
live
right.
at 7 p.m. every Tuesday.
Every
He's
Tuesday.
always saying something new.
So
I
God.
love it. So, Father, thank you. You blessed me tonight.
Well, you bless me.
Listen, I pray that everybody was blessed. And I pray that even after the live, someone that looks at the replay, you will be blessed by some words, some experience that we have shared, some knowledge and wisdom of our journey that would inspire you to go forward in a positive way and do something new. Father, we thank you. This has been wonderful, fantastic. Only you can reveal the new, and we
Yeah.
trust you for the new.
Yes.
We don't try to see what it looks like and pinpoint the details of the new, but we just embrace the unfolding of the new. We thank you for that revealing, doing something new in us so that you can get the glory and the world can be benefited by it. Father, thank you so much. We ask that you would continue to bless us and keep us and let your word continue to be instilled in us, to stretch out in us and to unfold in
Yes,
us,
God.
to
Thank you.
just flourish through us, Lord God. We
Yeah.
praise you for every soul that has participated and supported this segment time and time again so that they can be inspired as well. And we come together as a people. Why? So that you can get the glory and your name can be lifted up. Lord, we thank you and we love you. We pray blessings upon everyone on this live and those
Yeah.
that will see the replay in Jesus' name and divine protection. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Love you.
Love
We
you.
thank you
Good
for
night.
joining us,
Bless
and
you.
we will talk to you on next Tuesday at what time, babe?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, 7 p.m. God bless you.